Hello students, today we are going to continue with the same topic, that is 11th topic, force, work and energy. So this is the second part of this lesson and we are going to finish it in this video. So the first point for today's discussion is simple machines. So what are simple machines? Simple machines are the simple devices or machines which help us to do our work easier. Also, the work gets completed in less time. The definition for simple machine is simple machines are the devices that make our work faster and easier. So simple machines, these are not very much complicated, like they do not have any wirings attached to them. They are just simple devices. For example, the knife that we use, the scissor that we use, all these are the simple machines. So here you can see the names of few simple machines are written. I will read out to them. I will read all these simple machines to you. The first is lever, then we have pulley, then we have inclined plane. The next is screw, wedge, wheel and axle. All these are the names of simple machines. Now I will show you the pictures of these simple machines from your textbook. Also I will be explaining you about the use of these simple machines in our day-to-day life. So students, here you can see the examples of simple machines. Here is a lever. Okay. So lever is a simple machine which is used to cut things. For example, scissors. So here you can see a pair of scissors, a bottle opener or the seesaw on which you play in the garden. All these are the examples of lever. So scissor, it is used to cut things. Also seesaw is an example of lever. So what does the seesaw do? The seesaw lifts two persons, right? So the other machines which help us to lift things, lift weights, are also included into the category of lever. The next is the bottle opener. Here you can see a bottle opener. Bottle opener is also a simple machine which comes in the category of lever. The next is pulley. Here you can see pulley. So what is a pulley? Pulley, it is a simple machine that is used to draw water from the wells. Those children who are having wells at their homes, they are very much familiar with these pulleys, right? You can see it on the wells. So what does this pulley do? The pulley, it consists of a rope on a wheel. So here you can see a wheel and a rope is thrown on the wheel. One side of the rope we have to hold it and the other side we can attach some pot or a bucket, and slowly we have to roll down this rope into the well and we can easily draw the water from the well. So the wheel is grooved. The wheel is having a narrow cut which does not allow the rope to slip on either sides, right? Here you can see a narrow cut is there. Both sides you can see here the wheel is having a cut over here. On that cut we throw the rope and we can easily slide down the rope into the well and take out the water. The next example for simple machine is inclined plane. Here you can see an inclined plane. So inclined plane, it is a plane surface and it is kept in a sloping position. Here you can say, yes. So what is the use of this inclined plane? The inclined plane helps to load the heavy barrels or heavy sacks. You can easily roll them over this inclined plane and load them into the vehicles. There is no need to lift such heavy objects and then keep them into the vehicle. You can just roll them, push them or pull them into the vehicles. The next is the screw. So screw is a very familiar thing to you. You might have used such screws many a times, right? So what is the screw used for? The screw is used to hold the things together tightly. Many of your toys, they may be having screws. So the two parts of the toys, they are brought together, they are kept together, they are holded together with the help of such screws. And the screws also, they have groove, that is a narrow cut into them, so that they can be easily tightened up. The next example for simple machine is a wedge. So what is the wedge? For wedge, the examples are knife or the axe. The axe, we use it for cutting of wood, and the knife, we use it in the kitchen for cutting of fruits, cutting of vegetables. So they have a sharp edge with the help of which we can cut down the vegetables, and the axe is having a sharp edge so that it can cut the wood. The next simple machine is wheel and axle. So the wheel and axle, they are having two parts, that is the wheel and the axle. Here you can see the circular part is called as wheel, and this black rod is called as the axle. So the rod passes through exactly the center of the wheel, and the wheel keeps rotating around the rod, and it helps to move the heavy objects. This simple machine, wheel and axle, it helps to move the heavy objects. The best example for wheel and axle are the steerings of our vehicles, maybe a car, truck, or any other bigger vehicle. All the four-wheelers, three-wheelers, they are having steerings to them. So the steering is the best example for the simple machine, wheel and axle. Also bicycles, you all may be riding bicycles, right? So the pedals of your bicycle, they are also a good examples of wheel and axle. Now let us move on to the next point, that is work. So students, what is work? Work means the movement of any object or anything, right? Work is said to be done when a force is applied on any object and that object makes some movement. It moves towards the force, in the direction of the force. Suppose I am holding this pen in my hand. If I throw this pen upwards, what will happen? The pen will move upwards for some distance and it will come back and fall down, right? But suppose I am having a big stone, a huge stone in front of me, and I am pushing the stone. The stone is very huge. I am not able to make any movement of that stone. So work is not done there. See, when I throw this pen, it is lightweight. I can easily lift it and throw it. So the movement is seen in this pen. So we can say that work is done in case of this pen. But when I am trying to push a huge stone, I am not able to push it. I am not able to make any movement in that stone. In the case of a huge stone, we cannot say that work is done. So students, the definition for work is said to be done only when a force applied on an object makes the object move in the direction of force. So work can be said to be done only when the force that is applied on any object makes the object to move. If the object does not move, we cannot say that work is done in that case. Only when the object on which we are applying force moves, makes some movement, we can say that work is done. Now let us move on to the next point of this lesson, that is energy. So what is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. Whatever work we do in our daily life, all this work is possible for our human body if our human body gets proper energy. Yes, all the activities that we perform, maybe walking, eating, talking, sleeping, running, pushing, all the works that we do in our daily life, we can do them only because we have energy in our body. So the definition for energy is the ability to do work. And from what do we get this energy? From what things does our body get the energy? Yes, the food that we eat, the food that we consume, it gives us energy, and because of this energy we are able to do all the works. Now I am able to talk to you because I have energy in me. If I don't have energy, I would have not it would not be possible for me to talk to you, to explain to you about all these topics, right? So energy is required to do any type of work, and as I told you, human body gets energy from the food that they eat. Also, there are various energies that are present in our surroundings, present on our earth. So what are these sources of energy? The sources of energy like sun, wind and water, all these things, they have energy in them, and these energies are utilized by human beings for various purposes. Now we will learn about all these types or all these sources of energy in details, right? So most of the energy that is found on this earth comes from the sun. Sun is the main source of energy on this earth, and the energy that we get from the sun is called as solar energy. But students, do you know how is this solar energy or the energy received from the sun used by human beings? Yes, human beings, they require the heat and light of the sun. Suppose the sun does not rise someday, what will happen? It will be complete dark. So the sun gives light to human beings. Also, the plants, with the help of the sunlight, with the help of the energy from the sun, they prepare their food. Animals also require the heat and light from the sun. Also, the solar energy is used for cooking purposes. So you might have heard about solar panels. So what is done? Solar panels are built, and the energy and heat that is given by the sun during the daytime, it is trapped into those devices, into those solar panels, and whenever energy and heat is required, it is used from that solar panels. Nowadays many people make use of solar cookers, solar heaters, right? You might have heard about the solar heaters. It helps to make the water hot. Many people have put solar heaters in their houses so that they can use hot waters for their baths. Also, people nowadays, they have started making use of solar cookers, that is the energy of the sun, to cook their food, right? Also, the solar energy, it also can be changed into other forms and it can be used. Like solar energy is converted into heat energy, then electrical energy and light energy also. In the same way, as I told you, solar panels are built on the roof of the houses. The solar energy is trapped there, blocked there, and it is used as some of the houses, they do not have electricity. They make use of the heat and the light. They trap the solar energy, and this solar energy is used for lighting the bulbs, lighting the lamps in their houses. Also, as I told you, cooking is done with the help of solar energy. So solar energy is also used for generating electricity and for making light energy also. The next is wind. So wind is also a source of energy. So students, you might have seen windmills. At many places we can see windmills. So in your textbook also you can see the picture of a windmill. Here you can see, this is the picture of a windmill. So how is the wind energy used by human beings? So energy that we get from the wind is called as wind energy, and this wind energy is used to move the blades of the windmill. When the wind blows or when the wind is flowing, what happens? The blades of the windmills, they start moving, and when these blades move, the energy that is generated with the help of this wind, it is stored and then it is used for various purposes. The wind helps to move the shaft of the windmills, and this energy gets stored and then it produces electric energy. So the blades or the shafts of the windmill, they move and they generate electricity which is stored and utilized as electrical energy. The next is water. So water is a very important factor for human life, right? Water is very necessary for us for drinking, for our various household activities. But this water is also can produce energy. Now you might be thinking how this water can produce energy. The flowing water, the water which is flowing with a greater speed, has great energy into it. We know that various dams are built for agricultural purposes. The dams, they also serve a good source of energy, because the dams, what happens in the dams, the water falls from a greater height, and when the water falls from a greater height, the water is having greater energy in it. So what is done, the place where the water is going to fall, huge turbines are huge turbines are put there, so that when the water falls from a greater height on those turbines, the turbines will move and they will produce energy. This energy produced because of the falling water is stored and it is used for various purposes. So the falling water produces energy. This energy is converted into light energy or electric energy. So the energy that we get from water is called as water energy or hydro energy. But the energy which is produced from this energy of flowing water is called as hydroelectricity. So the energy that is produced from the running water is called as hydroelectricity. So students, these sources of energy, the sun, wind, water, these are priceless. Do we pay anything for the sun, for the wind or the water? No. But all these natural sources, they give us a lot of energies which help us to do various activities. So the next is change of energy. So the energy can be converted from one form to another. But how can we convert this energy? Yes. So energy can be changed. Energy can be converted from one form to another form. Burning of fuels like wood, then coal and petrol. What happens when we burn fuel, when we burn wood, what happens? Heat energy and light energy is produced. And burning of all these petrol, then wood, coal produces energy because it is present in them, and they produce heat energy and light energy which is utilized by us. Also, when we switch on an electric bulb, what happens? It lights up because the electric energy changes into light energy, right? So when you move into a dark room, what you do? You first light the bulb there. So what happens when you light the bulb? The electric energy gets converted into light energy and then the bulb will light. So energy can be converted from one form to another. Human beings, what they have done, as per their need, they are using all these energies. But students, it is very important that we use all these natural sources of energy in a proper manner. Since they are free of cost, we should not misuse them. We have to use them whenever required. We have to use them in a proper manner so that these sources of energy can be used for longer times. We should not misuse them or we should not waste them. So students, this was the lesson about force, work and energy.